Chosen one, you are going to be paralyzed for whole night. Extremely changes. This message is not for the faint-hearted. It's for the spiritually sensitive. For those who've already felt the stirring of something beyond this world. Tonight isn't just another night. It's a divine interruption. It's not sleep paralysis. It's not a nightmare. It's a holy lockdown. A sacred moment where heaven touches your body, not to hurt you, but to reboot you. Something in your spirit is about to shift so deeply that your physical body might not know how to respond. Don't fear it, welcome it. This is a chapter about wishes coming true and energizing the universe. You are being awakened in a way that will change your physical, mental, and emotional structure. So please, beloved chosen one, watch this video all the way to the end. Then leave your warmest wishes in the comments, drop a 99 and 777, and subscribe for this sacred glory journey we are all walking together. You are not alone in this. This is divine transformation. This is destiny in motion. Your body has been carrying too much. The pain, the pressure, the silent wars, the silent prayers. Heaven heard every word you whispered in secret. And now your physical form must match your spiritual identity. That's why tonight might feel heavy. Your limbs might feel frozen. Your eyes might be wide open, yet you cannot move. But it is not danger. It is alignment. You are being upgraded from the inside out. There's a spiritual reboot happening. You'll wake up not as who you were, but as who you were meant to be. Sometimes, when God wants to do something extreme in your life, He allows your body to go still, so your soul can be free to move. This paralysis isn't punishment, it's preservation. While your body stays quiet, your soul is being escorted through dimensions, receiving knowledge, memories, and power you weren't ready for before. But now, you are. You've endured the fire, and now it's time for the sacred freeze, the moment before a divine release. You may notice tonight that your breath slows down, that your surroundings blur, and your thoughts stretch beyond time. You may feel like you've left the room. You may feel like time has stopped, and in a way, it has. Because when a chosen one is being prepared, time bends. God bends reality for the transformation of one. For you, this isn't just a feeling. This is spiritual surgery, a complete inner reformation. Everything you went through before tonight led you to this exact shift. You're not broken. You're being rebuilt. You're not stuck. You're being stabilized. It's not that your body is shutting down. It's that heaven is downloading strength, clarity, and power into you. And your physical frame is adjusting to the weight of your new anointing. That's why it may feel like you can't move. Because the old version of you can't carry what's coming. The old form must surrender. And when you finally rise in the morning, and you will, the air will feel different. You'll feel taller in your soul, more focused, more charged. You will be aware that something deep changed during the night. You'll look the same in the mirror, but your spiritual reflection will reveal a new leader, a new light. And that light will begin to attract the right doors, the right voices, the right moments, effortlessly. What the world sees as paralysis, heaven sees as protection. The stillness you feel is a barrier from interference. Because this transformation is sacred. It can't be tampered with. Your spirit is entering holy territory, and not everyone is allowed to follow you there. You are being sealed, locked in a divine chamber for a few hours so that nothing can disturb what's being done in you. And when that work is complete, you will emerge with a vibration that can no longer be ignored. This is not just one of those nights. This is the night, a holy interruption of your normal pattern. You won't wake up tired. You won't wake up confused. You'll wake up shifted, more intuitive, less afraid. Your thoughts will be more clear, your energy more focused. That's what happens when a chosen one survives the night of stillness. The paralysis wasn't an attack, it was a pause before the power. God doesn't always speak with thunder. Sometimes he speaks by stilling your body and letting your soul listen without distraction. You will receive answers tonight that your questions have begged for. You will receive clarity tonight for battles you thought you'd never win. You will receive peace, even as your body doesn't move, because something greater is moving on your behalf. Your enemies won't understand why you glow differently, why you seem unreachable now, why you no longer respond like before. It's because they didn't witness what happened to you in the silence. They weren't there when God paralyzed your movement so he could release a deep emotion inside of you. They weren't there when angels hovered over you, marking your name in the realm of dominion. They weren't there when your purpose was being reactivated by heaven itself. And you, chosen one, were born for this moment. You have no idea what your spirit has been preparing for behind the scenes. While your mind has been busy surviving, your soul has been upgrading silently, layer by layer, night after night. And now, the final piece is falling into place. That's why this night matters so much. It's not just a pause, it's a portal. It's not just silence, it's sacred stillness where power is born. You'll soon realize the paralysis wasn't physical alone. It was spiritual separation, a detachment from what was draining you, a barrier between your new frequency and the noise of your old life. This wasn't meant to scare you. It was designed to deliver you, because God knew that in order to activate the next version of you, he had to momentarily freeze the current one. This divine stillness is his whisper saying, "You've done enough. Now let me take over." All those nights you stayed up crying, all the tension in your shoulders, all the chaos in your mind, it's being handled, not outside, but inside. And that is why your body has to pause. Because your inner life is being redesigned. The blueprint is changing. The core of your identity is being restructured. And that level of transformation takes silence, stillness, and surrender. You'll feel a presence in the room, not human, but comforting. Not cold, but electric. It might be a tingling in your spine or warmth in your chest. You're not alone. You're surrounded. Heaven is observing your upgrade in real time. Angels are watching over your shift. The energy will feel otherworldly. The air itself will seem to breathe with you. And you'll know, deep in your gut, that something sacred is unfolding. You've been praying for change, for release, for breakthrough. But here's the truth. Sometimes that breakthrough doesn't come in loud miracles. Sometimes it comes in a night where your body stops and your spirit listens. Sometimes it comes in a night where you can't even explain what happened. But when you wake up, you know something inside you is brand new. You feel it. There's a reason you're the one going through this. You're not being picked on. You're being picked out. You were chosen because your destiny is different. While others are chasing attention, you've been called to hold sacred alignment. While others are numbing their truth, you've been invited to walk through it. This is why the wait has been so real, because you're not being prepared for ordinary life. You're being initiated into divine leadership. What's happening to you is bigger than you. This night is not about your comfort, it's about your calling. When your body feels paralyzed and your thoughts slow down to a whisper, your spiritual ears open. You begin to hear things beyond language. You begin to sense the future. The silence becomes a conversation. The stillness becomes a revelation. And the next version of you is revealed quietly, powerfully, permanently. People will ask you later, how did you change? And you won't even have words. Because how do you describe a night where your body froze, but your soul soared? How do you explain the electricity in the air, the knowing in your chest, the fire in your spine, all while lying completely still, wide awake, and yet deeply held? You won't need to explain. Your energy will speak for itself. This is a night where your old fears dissolve, where shame no longer has the authority to speak over your future. This is a divine silencing of everything that tried to haunt you. While your body lies still, heaven is stripping away guilt, failure, doubt. All the things that used to paralyze your spirit are now being exiled for good. You're not just laying there helpless, you're laying there healing. Something extreme is happening. Yes, but not chaotic. It's calculated. Divine intelligence is operating in your life like a surgeon's hand, with precision and compassion. And when it's done, you'll not only wake up, you'll rise. This paralysis will end in purpose. This stillness will end in strength. This night will end in the loudest silence your soul has ever known. A silence that echoes victory. You are not weak for experiencing this. You are not losing control. You are handing it over to something far greater than yourself. That is real power. Surrender is not defeat. Surrender is the doorway to the supernatural. You're stepping into a dimension of authority that doesn't need noise to be felt. And that's what scares the enemy. Your silent shift, your quiet transformation, your still breakthrough. And when the sun rises, so will you. What you are stepping into is irreversible. This isn't a phase. This isn't a one-night event that passes and fades away. What's happening in your spirit tonight is meant to remain. The shift you're experiencing is not emotional hype. It's a divine code being written into your inner being. It's a rewriting of your wiring. Your nervous system is catching up to your new spiritual authority. And the reason your body must become still is because your flesh cannot interfere. Your thoughts would overanalyze it. Your logic would question it. So heaven says, let the body be still, let the mind be silenced, and let the spirit take over. You're not supposed to understand all of it. You're supposed to receive it. Your intellect is not in control tonight. Your soul is the one that's being led. You might be wide awake, yet unable to move. And that is where the sacred happens. It is in that exact space where time bends, where the atmosphere around you changes, where your past detaches from your body like an old shell. This moment is beyond you, because it is bigger than you. You're being peeled, purified, reassembled. This is divine alchemy, chosen one, a true spiritual transformation. Don't fight what you feel. Don't resist the stillness. Lay there and let the divine do what it came to do. Surrender doesn't mean weakness tonight. It means access. It means the sacred realm can touch your DNA and leave a signature that can't be erased. It means your body is yielding to a higher intelligence, one that sees what your future requires and is preparing you accordingly. This is why you've been feeling disconnected from normal life lately, why the old habits no longer feel satisfying, why the conversations that once fed you now leave you empty. It's because you've been quietly transitioning, and tonight is the final seal. It's the moment where your internal world is brought into full agreement with your divine assignment. And that agreement requires stillness. That agreement needs silence. Because it's not just about what's happening to you, it's about who you're becoming. The you that wakes up after tonight will move differently, speak differently, think with more precision, love with more clarity. You will have no desire to go back to anything that caused confusion, pain, or doubt. Your energy will reject what doesn't align. You won't have to try. It will happen automatically. You might cry tonight, not from fear, but from recognition. A part of you will know that something old is dying. A part of you will feel the exit of old trauma, like a spirit leaving your body. It's not scary, it's sacred. You may even feel memories rising up unexpectedly, not to haunt you, but to leave you. That's part of the process. You're not just being renewed, you're being emptied of everything that ever told you that you were less than chosen. And when that release happens, when the tears fall, when the shaking starts, when your body feels electric, that's when you'll know it's working. That's when you'll know you're not dreaming. You are experiencing the divine in real time. You are in the hands of heaven, and there is nothing left to fear. This paralysis is not medical. It is metaphysical. It's not science trying to explain it away. It's divinity stepping in when science has no words. Because this isn't about explanation. It's about encounter. And when you encounter a real shift, your body sometimes has no choice but to pause. So don't be afraid of that pause. Trust it. Trust the quiet. Trust the tension. It is not harming you. It is preparing you. Your soul has cried out for this. Maybe you didn't even have words, but the longing was there. The ache for more. The deep knowing that your life was meant to be extraordinary. And this is heaven responding. This is the universe aligning with your cry. You are being upgraded because you asked for more. Not just with your lips, but with your life. And now, your body is being held still so that more can be poured into you. You'll never forget this night. Not because of fear, but because of the peace, the warmth, the surreal awareness that something was happening while nothing was happening. That's the paradox of divine movement. It often feels like stillness, but in truth, it's motion at the highest level. This is the quiet thunder, the sacred earthquake, the invisible shift that makes everything visible change. You'll open your eyes tomorrow and the light will seem sharper, the sounds more clear, your breath more full. And that's not your imagination. It's proof. It's proof that you made it through the most important night of your life. A night when your soul was touched, marked, activated. You're not going back. You can't. Because the you that existed before this sacred night no longer fits the container of your calling. And the world will feel it. It will respond. People will notice something they can't explain. They'll look at you differently. Some will respect it. Some will fear it. But all will sense it. Because what happened to you tonight, it was real. It was divine. And it was only the beginning. You're being reintroduced to your own soul. That's what this night is truly about. A reunion between the part of you that always knew the truth and the part of you that forgot. During this divine stillness, the veil is pulled back. You see clearer. You feel deeper. And for the first time, in what feels like forever, you remember. You remember who you are, not who they told you to be, not who trauma trained you to be, but who God designed you to be before the world even knew your name. And the moment you remember, everything changes. Your body might still be motionless, but your inner world, it's vibrating, alive, full of new light. That's why this night matters, because it's a return to truth. And truth always demands transformation. You're not asleep, you're awakening. That paralyzed state is simply your body stepping aside so your soul can reclaim its voice. This silence, this spiritual stillness, is sacred space. The kind of space where angels walk in and out. The kind of space where your old wounds can finally breathe and be washed away. Nothing can enter this moment unless it's divine. All distractions are suspended. All outer noise is shut down. Heaven is working in total concentration on you, on your heart, on your path, on your alignment. So if it feels like the world outside has disappeared, it has. Because this is not for the world. This moment is for you, and you alone. You may feel a strange mix of emotions during this night. Deep peace, but also deep intensity. Calm mixed with fire. That's because something sacred is being refined inside of you. It's the release of the past and the entrance of your new timeline. And timelines, chosen one, don't change without energy shifting at every level of your being. That's why this feels extreme, because it is extreme. You're not receiving a small adjustment. You're receiving a spiritual relocation, an upgrade that will reroute your future. The dreams you thought were delayed will now accelerate. The clarity you've been praying for will now come in waves. The power that seemed distant will now live in your bones. But first, this moment, this stillness, this sacred, electrified silence. You're being downloaded with instruction that your mind can't yet comprehend, but your soul will store it. And in the coming days, it will begin to rise to the surface. You'll say something wise without thinking. You'll make a bold decision with no hesitation. You'll walk into rooms you never would have dared to enter before. That's the upgrade working. Silently, effortlessly, boldly. You'll no longer chase things that are beneath your calling. You'll no longer try to convince others of your worth. You'll no longer settle for connections that don't nourish your soul, because you've been touched by the divine. And that touch cannot be undone. The version of you that wakes up after this will operate differently, and the world will respond to that difference. The spiritual weight you've been feeling in the past weeks was not punishment. It was preparation. Like a seed pressed under soil, you were being positioned for growth. And tonight, in this stillness, the breakthrough breaks the soil. The roots you've grown in darkness are now strong enough to support the light. You're about to rise, not just changed, but grounded, steady, whole. You're going to notice things others don't, feel things others ignore, know things without being told. This is not imagination. This is not coincidence. This is divine intelligence living through you. The spiritual paralysis of the night wasn't a glitch. It was a gateway, a temporary shutdown so a permanent power could be installed. You'll feel it in your voice. It will carry more strength. You'll feel it in your walk. It will carry more purpose. You'll feel it in your eyes. They'll glow with a knowing that can't be learned, only given. And you've been given it. From now on, your spirit will recognize counterfeit energy before your mind does. You'll be guided by instincts that are truly divine. And that means less confusion, fewer delays, and faster alignment. Your path is being cleared. That's why you've been still, because the route ahead of you is being rearranged in your favor. Even if it feels like nothing is happening on the surface, trust this. Your spiritual GPS has been recalibrated, and now you're being released with exact direction. Tonight wasn't random. This stillness wasn't an accident. It was chosen. You were chosen for this exact shift, for this exact calling. And now, the reset is complete. When your body wakes up, your soul will already be running toward purpose, running toward peace, running toward everything you prayed for, and everything that's been waiting for you. The shift you've been waiting for didn't come with fireworks. It came with silence. And that's how you'll know it was real. Because the deepest, most permanent transformations don't happen in chaos. They happen when everything else pauses. And now that your body was still, your soul could move freely, without noise, without fear, without resistance. This is not a reset you'll need to beg for again. It's not temporary. It's permanent. It will outlast your doubts. It will outshine your past. What was downloaded into you during this stillness will now carry you for years to come. It was never just about this night. It was about the assignment you're about to walk into after this night. You've been aligned for something huge, and the paralysis was your moment of activation. So much of your life has been spent feeling misunderstood, unseen, unexplainable. But after this night, you won't even need others to understand you, because your energy will speak first. The way you move, the way you protect your peace, the way you choose yourself without guilt, it will all stem from this spiritual shift. You were taught to be small, but tonight, that teaching ended. That mindset was frozen. That cycle was broken. You're not the same anymore, and it's okay if not everyone understands why. This night brought you face to face with your higher self, the part of you that doesn't chase validation, the part of you that remembers its mission, the part of you that knows when to move and when to remain still. And now, after this divine pause, that version of you is leading your life. Not the wounded you, not the worried you, not the weary you, the whole you. And it wasn't a dream. It was a divine visitation. That feeling of being unable to move was not danger. It was divine containment. You were held. You were being upgraded. Not every sacred thing feels comfortable, but everything sacred changes you. You'll look back at this night and realize, that was the night I left behind everything I no longer needed. The fear, the overthinking, the hesitation, the guilt. It all stayed behind, and I woke up new. And for the first time in a long time, I felt ready. Not perfect, not flawless, but ready. Ready to live, ready to walk boldly, ready to believe again, ready to choose myself, ready to embody the light I used to only dream about. You may feel emotionally sensitive for a few days after. That's okay. Your soul is adjusting to its new level of openness. You may not want to be around loud places or low-energy people. Honor that. Protect that. You've been given something holy, and it's your job to nurture it. You don't have to rush into doing. You can sit in being aware, being still, being grounded in who you are now. Your dreams may become more vivid. Your intuition might heighten. Your sensitivity to truth and lies may sharpen. That's not your imagination. That's your spirit finally getting a clear channel. No more noise in between. No more static. What happened in the stillness cleared the line between you and heaven. You're in tune now, and that changes everything. Some people will try to pull you back into old versions of yourself, but you'll feel it now. The friction, the disconnect. You'll recognize when something doesn't match your new frequency, and instead of trying to shrink or explain, you'll simply release. No drama, no debate, just release. Because when you've touched the divine, you don't argue with the ordinary, you rise. That paralysis you experienced, it was a holy reboot. The system had to shut down so the new software could be installed. You were still so the divine could rewire you. And now, every move you make from here on will be different. It'll carry more weight, more focus, more trust. You won't be moving in circles anymore. You'll be moving forward with intention, with direction, with divine backing. You'll see signs everywhere now, confirmations that this shift was real, random moments of synchronicity, dreams that deliver messages, encounters that awaken something inside you. That's not coincidence, it's alignment. You are synced with the divine, and the path ahead of you is being made clear step by step. You've earned this shift. You've cried for it. You've suffered for it. You've endured enough silent battles to be qualified for this level. So now, receive it. Let the transformation settle. Let the old version of you go. Let this silence continue to guide you, even after your body begins to move again. This isn't the end of your journey. This is the beginning. But now, you're starting it as the real you, the powerful you, the chosen one you've always been. You may not be able to put it into words, you might not be able to explain it to anyone, and you don't need to, because this transformation wasn't for them, it was for you. The paralysis was your passage, the stillness was your signature. This night became your secret doorway into the supernatural. And when the shift happened, it didn't make noise, but it left permanent echoes in your soul. You've entered a new spiritual climate. Your sensitivity is no longer a weakness, it's your compass. Your stillness is no longer stagnation, it's a strength. And your silence is no longer fear, it's power. You've learned to listen in the quiet, to hear the whisper of the divine, to feel direction without chaos. That's rare, that's sacred, that's chosen. From this point forward, don't be surprised if people react to you differently. Some will be drawn to you, sensing the glow even before you speak. Others may back away, unable to understand the weight you now carry. And that's okay. You weren't designed to be understood by everyone. You were designed to lead. You were designed to walk first, so others could find the path after. What happened to you while your body couldn't move was the unlocking of your inner movement. While your body was frozen, your spirit was flying. While your limbs were still, your destiny was being set into motion. The divine used this moment to unhook you from distractions, to strip you of survival mode, and to elevate your perception to match your calling. You'll notice now how quickly you spot energy that doesn't belong, how you sense when something is meant for you, and when it's not. The fog is gone. The guessing is gone. You are not spiritually blind anymore. You see. You see. This clarity will be your guide. And when you walk into rooms, you'll know what's aligned. You won't chase. You won't beg. You won't overthink. Because the chosen version of you doesn't move from panic. You move from peace. You're not seeking validation. You're standing in vibration. And that vibration is calling in blessings you don't even have words for yet. This is your divine launch. No trumpet sound, no spotlight, just you, awakened, reassembled, and moving in silent confidence. That's why the divine made you still. Because from now on, every step you take carries power. Not just for you, but for those who will follow your footsteps. That's why your process was private. That's why your shift was quiet. The greater the purpose, the deeper the silence before it's revealed. You'll never be able to go back, and you won't want to. You've tasted something eternal. You've felt the weight of something holy. And now, anything less will feel hollow. That's how you'll protect your energy, by simply honoring what you've experienced, what changed you, upgraded you, and awakened you. This night was no accident. It was a setup, a sacred interruption, so your purpose could be remembered. You were never just a body. You were always a soul in motion, a chosen vessel of something greater. Tonight just reminded you, it unlocked you. So now, walk as one who has seen, live as one who has known, move as one who has been activated. You're not just waking up from sleep. You're rising into alignment, into clarity, into divine timing. And every time you feel tempted to doubt yourself again, return to this truth. You were paralyzed, not because you were weak, but because you were being positioned. You were still, not because you were stuck, but because the heavens were moving everything for you. And now it's done. It's real, and it's yours. Even though the transformation has already taken place, there's something deeper happening after the experience, an echo of the shift that continues to ripple through your reality. This isn't just about what happened while your body was still. It's about what's now awakening because of that moment. You're not just coming back to life. You're coming back changed, and the world around you is starting to respond to the new frequency you're carrying. That's why everything might suddenly feel unfamiliar. The places you used to feel comfortable in now seem distant. Conversations feel hollow. Your own old thoughts might sound strange to you. That's because your internal world has shifted so much, your outer world now feels outdated. The world hasn't changed, you have. And this disconnection isn't a problem, it's a confirmation. You're not losing your place in the world, you're being guided into the right one. And yes, that feeling may be lonely at first. You might wake up from this experience and feel like no one else around you gets it. But don't mistake this isolation as abandonment. It's not. It's protection. The divine always gives you space when you're holding sacred change. You are being spiritually quarantined, not to keep you away from others, but to keep others from interfering with what's unfolding in you. This is your sacred window. These next days, weeks, and even months are where you must listen, not with your ears, but with your soul. Everything you need will come to you in silence first. An idea, a message, a warning, a confirmation. You'll feel it in your gut, in the quiet nudges, in the sudden waves of clarity. Your new instruction is not loud, it is subtle, but it is powerful. And the truth is, you can no longer pretend to be who you used to be. You can no longer shrink to fit into what you've outgrown. That night of stillness, that night where your body froze, was a holy mark placed on your life. And now, everything else must rise to match that. Some doors will close without warning. Let them. Some people will distance themselves. Don't chase. Some plans will fall through. Trust it, because your path is being refined by the divine, and anything not aligned with the new you is being gently or forcefully removed. Let it happen. Surrender is no longer a weakness for you. It's your superpower. You've entered a space where the divine trusts you with guidance most people never receive. That stillness prepared your vessel to hear instructions not meant for the crowd. You will see signs in places no one's looking. You will feel answers in moments others overlook. You are now walking in deep connection with the unseen, and the unseen is walking with you. Don't second-guess what you're feeling now. Don't explain your energy to those who haven't walked through what you have. You don't need to justify peace. You don't need to prove power. Just embody it. The paralysis you experienced that night is gone, but the impact of it will last forever. And every time you doubt what happened, you'll feel it in your body, a vibration, a tingle, a wave. That's the spiritual energy still flowing. You are still connected to that moment. That door remains open, and you can tap into it again at any time through stillness, through presence, through alignment. Because that wasn't a one-time miracle. It was the activation of a permanent link between you and the divine. And that link is now yours, for life. Chosen one, you didn't imagine it. That stillness wasn't just a moment. It was a divine encounter, a holy appointment that changed the direction of your entire life. Your body may have seemed frozen, but your soul was in flight. Your mind couldn't process it all, but your spirit was saying yes to something sacred, something far beyond what your words could describe. This is the moment where your old life fully fades, where all the pain, confusion, fear, hesitation, and broken identity are dissolved, not in chaos, but in holy calm. The version of you that lived in constant survival has stepped down, and the real you, the divine you, has stepped up. From this point forward, you live differently. You walk differently. You see, sense, speak, and respond differently. The world may still look the same, but you're no longer seeing it with the same eyes. You're now looking from your higher self. That still moment reconnected you with who you were before the world told you who to be. And now, no voice can override the knowing you carry inside. You are aligned, you are activated, and you are untouchable by the chaos that used to distract you. Let everyone wonder what happened to you. Let them question your glow. Let them whisper about the sudden peace you walk in. They'll never understand unless they've been through a night like yours. And that's okay. This wasn't a public event. It was a private appointment with the divine. Now it's time to move forward with your new eyes, your new ears, your new heart. You no longer have to rehearse your past. You no longer have to justify your healing. You no longer have to prove your power. You are walking evidence of a sacred shift, and every room you walk into will feel it without you saying a word. Stay in alignment. Protect your frequency. Remember, you are not who you were before the paralysis. You are not even close. You are divine proof that transformation happens in silence, that miracles don't need applause, that spiritual awakenings don't need cameras. They need surrender. And this was your surrender. And now the reward is here. You will walk lighter because the burden is no longer yours. You will speak softer because the truth doesn't need volume. You will move quieter, but your presence will speak louder than ever. This was never about fear. This was about fire. This was never about paralysis. It was about preparation. This was never about what stopped. It was about what started. Chosen one, you made it through the night, and the night made you. Now go, live in your upgrade. The world has no idea who just woke up.